What is up, and welcome to the first part of Glaive 101. In this video, we will talk about Kinsects and everything about it. I can't really believe that there are so many changes in Kinsect here in Rise, and I see a lot of people saying Glaive got a little too complicated from its complicated state. Everyone can relate to that. It is a bit confusing, but once you get a grip on how these Kinsects work and how to utilize them properly, you should be fine. If you are a new player of Monster Hunter, there are many things you can understand here, so stick to the end of it. And with that being said, I don't want to waste more of your time, so let's get started. Kinsects can gather 3 different colors: red, white, and orange. Each color has their own effect. Red buff changes your basic moveset, it lasts for 60 seconds. White buff increases your vault height and gives bonus movement and faster attack animation. It lasts for 90 seconds, while orange buff gives you bonus defense, which lasts for 120 seconds. There are bonus effects on it when you combine them. Getting both red and white together will give out an additional 10% attack that is scaled from your weapon's base attack. Getting white and orange together gives you earplugs, while combining all 3 will give you earplugs, and the 10% bonus will be changed to 15% bonus. Now, where do you usually get the buffs? Red buff always sit on the offensive part of the monster or the head. Any part that they can use to attack can be a source of red. White buff is usually found in mobility area, usually legs or wings, while orange buff is found mainly on their body or horns. Sometimes they can also be found on tails, but that's depending on the monster. Now, let's talk about the new features of Kinsect, the Kinsect type. I talked about this briefly in my previous video, so here I'll be explaining it beginner friendly. Kinsects in Rise is now divided into 4 different classes: normal type, assist type, speed type, and powder type. Among these classes, it is subdivided into 2, either severe or blunt Kinsect. Now, what are these classes and why do they matter? Each class has their own way of utilizing them, and they have their own unique bonuses, while the severe or blunt aspect of a Kinsect is like a weapon type that determines the damage type you want for your Kinsect. If you want to cut, use severe, and if you want to stun, use blunt. Each type has their own Kinsect bonuses, so each Kinsect with a specific bonus have both severe and blunt type of Kinsect. Now, let's get to the types. The first would be the normal type. Normal types have nothing. Literally nothing. There are only 2 normal type Kinsects in Rise, and those are your starting Kinsects. They don't give unique bonuses, but they still have bonus heal on them, but aside from that, there is no special effects or whatsoever, so let's just leave it there. Next would be the assist type. This Kinsect is probably one of my most used Kinsect type. It is pretty self-explanatory from the name. The Kinsect assists you by doing a follow-up damage in your end combo moves. It works with both light and heavy combos, so every final move in your combo, you'll see a Kinsect doing a follow-up move to deal additional damage. Keep in mind that while the Kinsect does that, it consumes its stamina, and it only works when your Kinsect is in your arms, so make sure it's not deployed. Assist type Kinsects have 3 different Kinsect bonuses, but those 3 work the same. The Kinsect bonus of assist type Kinsects is double buff. When you launch your Kinsect to the monster, regardless of the path, it will gather its primary color. The primary color will vary depending on the bonus you take. Now, I mentioned there are 3, and those 3 are power, speed, and defense. Power is red buff, speed is white, while defense is orange. So, what happens if I gather the red even if my primary is red? Do I get double red? The answer there is no. If you gather the exact same type of the color as your primary, it goes like this. If your primary is red or orange and you gather the exact same color as your primary, you'll get primary and white instead, while doing it in white primary will give you white and orange. Moving on to the next one, speed type. To simplify speed type Kinsect, it is like a train. It will hit hard when it is charged. Simple as that. Speed type Kinsect requires the Kinsect to be charged. To charge it, just simply rest it in your arms. Once it's charged, the first hit damage would be increased or will change if you pick the other Kinsect bonus, and it would be faster than the normal speed. The speed type has 3 Kinsect bonuses: triple uptime, charged chain attack, and fast charge. Triple uptime increases your triple buff timer by 15 seconds. It only works when of course you have the triple buff. Charged chain attack will change the attack animation of your Kinsect when it's charged. Instead of bluntly hitting the monster with an increased damage, the Kinsect will now bomb the location where it lands with several continuous hits. Now here, it is very important to utilize your Kinsect damage type. If it's severe, it's better to land the Kinsect on severable parts like tails. If it's blunt, it works perfectly on the head to build up stun damage. Then the last Kinsect bonus is fast charge. It boosts the charging time of your Kinsect. Normally it takes 7 seconds to charge the Kinsect, but with fast charge it only takes 5 seconds, which is sometimes in sync when you finish a combo. Finally, the last type would be the powder type. If you played Monster Hunter World, you'd be very familiar on how this Kinsect works. Powder type Kinsect leaves out dust that can be detonated by hitting it with your glaive. This works when you mark your enemy using the ranged mark or the close one. Either works. It immediately attacks the mark spot while leaving dust every single attack. Powder type has 3 different bonuses and it has 6 variations of powders. The bonuses would be auto attack frequency up, idle stamina recovery, and stamina use slowed. While the 6 variations of powders would be single poison, single paralysis, double poison paralysis, double heal poison, single blast, and single heal. We discussed the bonuses first, those powder can wait later. For auto attack frequency up, makes the Kinsect attack faster compared to the normal one. More attacks means more dust. Idle stamina recovery rapidly recovers the stamina of your Kinsect once it's back to your arms. It makes fueling faster, so the faster your Kinsect stamina recovers, the more frequent you can use it. While in stamina use slowed, it makes your Kinsect stay on the air longer. It makes stamina consuming less so it can stay and attack for an additional time. Now, let's talk about the powders. You heard me mention some single or double powders earlier. Double powders have double alternative dust. Your Kinsect will switch between the dust every attack, so meaning if you have a poison paralysis, your first dust would be poison, the next would be paralysis, then back to poison, and so on. So, does it has a difference between the attack time interval of the Kinsect? The answer is no, of course, unless it has the auto attack frequency up Kinsect bonus. There you have it. Now you have a better understanding of the new features of the Kinsect. Now let's go to the simpler part of the Kinsect, the aspects. To start with, there are currently 7 aspects of the Kinsect: attack type or the damage type, Kinsect type, Kinsect bonus, Kinsect level, power, speed, and heal. We already discussed the Kinsect type, Kinsect bonus, and the attack type, which is severe or blunt. So we'll go with the remaining 4. The Kinsect level is dependent on your glaive's Kinsect level attribute. So whatever the level appears on the glaive would be the level of your Kinsect. The power, speed, and heal attributes also scale with the level, so the higher the level it is, the better stats you'll get. Each Kinsect type has their differences with their attributes. Of course, one would stand out in a certain aspect while the other would be balanced. But aside from that, Kinsects in the same type but different Kinsect bonus also have differences. To further understand it, let's start with speed type Kinsect. Generally, speed type is the fastest among all the Kinsect types, however it has a lower heal attribute on it. But Kinsects with triple uptime bonus seems to be more balanced with damage, speed, and heal compared to Kinsects with charge chain attack and fast charge bonus. Powder type Kinsects on the other hand are generally balanced. They have good damage, decent speed, and big heal. However, Kinsects with solo powder tend to have increased heal stat but has less damage, while double powder Kinsects have more damage but lesser heal. Lastly, the assist type in general has the highest damage among all. However, it also has the lowest heal. Kinsects with red primary has increased damage but is super slow. White primary on the other hand is fast and it does a big heal in assist type Kinsects. While orange primary is the slowest but it deals a good amount of damage and it has the highest heal among all the assist type Kinsects. There you have it. We finished the Kinsect part of the glaive. It's quite long since there are many things I want to talk about that can be very useful to new hunters who just started the monster hunting in Rise. I would discuss further on some good combinations of Kinsect types together with switch kills in the following videos, so be sure to subscribe to be notified on the next video. If I do miss a few points or I said the wrong information, please do correct me in the comment section. I also accept criticisms to further improve my content creation. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next episode of Glaive 101.